Hey folks, welcome back to Green Iron TV. It's definitely gotten a little bit colder out there. Matter of fact, we've had our first snow of the year, which means around here they have started to salt the roads. That means we're going to keep the vehicles probably inside here for the winter, as we don't like to get them out on the roads that have been salted. So we're going to be doing some inside stuff. And of course, it's close to holiday season here. So what better than to have mini-me. So sit back and we're going to go through how we built a 10th scale mini-me. So what we have is a 10th scale crawler that we've made into mini-me. A copy of my 715. So this started as a Trax, and because I don't plan on doing anything really crazy with it, I just got the basic TRX4 Sport, which is just the base model. I didn't need anything super fancy like dual range transfer cases or anything like that. This is more of a fun play model than a serious rock crawler. And upon finding out that there's a company called J Concepts that came out with a body that is of the 715. Now, of course, they don't call it a 715 body. They actually call it the Lloyd Body. And in the link below will be a way to find the body, and we'll insert a picture of it here. And so upon getting the body, it needed a few modifications and so forth like that to make it look exactly like a 715. The main body shape is all there. The hood, the front cab, soft top in the bed, with the big flares and all that. So one of the things to really complete the look of a 715 is we needed to custom build this brush guard. And so using styrene, I was able to, jig up, mock up, and build my own custom brush guard to match the one on the 715. And then, of course, we did custom front bumper to match the 715 style bumper. And I did some custom styrene to make the troop seats in the back. I did originally plan on making the troop seats hinge and fold up and down, but in the body they have this odd box that's molded into the back, so that got in the way of being able to fold the seats down, so I just made them static to go up and down. You can see the back window that they originally had planned out for is a bigger modern styled slider window, which really doesn't fit with a canvas top, but so I just made it the small canvas top style, and we'll just kind of ignore the detail that's shown there. I did find a company that made a 10th scale 50 cal, and so I was able to put a Browning just like the real deal up on top, and then made my own custom mount, very similar to the one that's in the truck. And then we did make a radio mount with an antenna. And of course, even though this is a radio controlled vehicle, that is not an actual functioning antenna. It's just there for looks. And like we said, it's there to match what's on the real vehicle. We added things like shovels and an axe, fuel can, and I made a custom rear bumper with bumperettes and a tow hook. And it's also, you can kind of see the Jeep logo there, which is just like on the tailgate of the real Jeep 715. So on these bodies, that is just bare because obviously they didn't have the Jeep authorization. So I added some Jeep, a couple layers of Jeep decals, and then when I painted over it, it gave that nice embossed stamped Jeep look, just like the real deal. And of course we did make some custom graphics for this. Hood numbers, stars, tailgate numbers, all that are designed. And they are the same as what's on my vehicle, so that this matches. And for paint, we used the regular OD green paint that I paint the rest of the vehicles with. And unlike painting a regular RC car body where you paint it from the underside to protect it, because I knew this wasn't going to be a real rock crawler, and I wasn't really going to be banging it around, mainly as a display piece and maybe running around a little at some shows, stuff like that. So I went ahead and painted it on the exterior. That also helped match the semi-gloss color feature that the original OD 24087 paint is. I then painted the top with just a regular Krylon flat olive, trying to replicate that little bit different color variation between the body and the soft top. And then I used some of the spray tint to tint the windows, just to hide the inside of the body. So now with the grill guard and everything, I did do custom headlights, marker lights, and tail lights. So hang on here. So we got the headlights, marker lights, and in the rear, the old style little cat eye tail lights. So all in all, this has made a fun little project. It's great to be able to have a mini-me of the truck, be able to take it out, take it to shows, have it out and about showing. It stays on one of my shelves quite often in my office as a display piece. We just like to have some fun with it. I know there's a lot of guys with 715s out there that'll be looking to replicate some of this. So now one of the things with these Traxxas TRX Sports is that the wheelbase is adjustable, and to run this longer body I did have to adjust out the chassis. So hang on here one second. We'll take the body off and show you what it looks like underneath. Okay, with the body off, you can see the Traxxas chassis. Like I said, it is adjustable, and so what we had to do was remove these rear mounts, exchange them around in some different positions, some different bolt holes, which moved it back into the configuration that we needed. Then had to lengthen the control arms and all that to match the new length. Fully articulating suspension on these makes it kind of neat. We have played with it a little bit. Like I said, I don't get too crazy with it. It is built more as a display model. We modified the original front bumper to be able to mount the M715 style bumper that I made for it. Cut, added the shackles that were on the stock front bumper of the Traxxas. And then in the back, we had to cut and modify things in the back and drop some things down to make it fit and look somewhat like the rear bumper and bumperettes on the 715. So all in all, is it a perfect match? No. Is it a very good representation of a 715? Yep. Is there little things that I could probably do to keep improving on it? Yeah, we'll try as we can. One of the things I'd like to come up with is I'd like to find something that I can turn into the blackout driving light. I've looked around the hobby shops at different off-road style lights for the vehicles to see if there was something I could kind of adapt and build into it. Haven't really found anything that I like yet that's close to it. So maybe somewhere down the road we'll get to that. It could use the standoffs for the windshield and some other fine details, but more than likely those probably aren't going to happen just because this is a play toy and not a fine scale model. I do build some fine scale models as a hobby. I would love if one day one of the companies actually came out with a 1/35th scale 715. I'd buy a fleet of them so that I could build them into all the different variations and make them represent the trucks that I have. But until that day, I'll have to live with just a few 715 style vehicles that are out there. And so this is one of them. This is one of the fun little things to be able to have. And once again, this is a 1/10 scale rock crawler built on the Traxxas TRX 4 sport body or 4 chassis with a body from a company called J Concepts. And the body is known as the Lloyd Body. So we'll take a step back, appreciate both the trucks. Okay, folks, that's going to kind of wrap things up here on our journey with our mini-me. We hope you enjoyed this. For all you guys out there looking to build a 1/10 scale M715, the links will be below. Is where you can find the body. So get after it, have some fun, and it's always cool to have a mini-me to play around with. We are into winter season here in Michigan. It is getting cold. It's getting snowy. We are probably not going to have a whole lot of content because there's not a lot we can do with the vehicles in winter. So I may continue to tinker around in the garage a little bit on some small projects. If I find a little project that has enough merit to bother filming, we'll break the cameras out and we'll continue to try and film some episodes. We may even look into doing some other episodes, especially if you folks like the scale model stuff. I do have a bunch of scale model stuff that I do. That's mainly what I do in the winter to pass the time when I can't work on the trucks because of the cold weather. We may even go in and work on maybe doing some episodes on some of the accessory pieces that we have for the vehicles, uniforms, weapons, rucksacks, that type of stuff. So we may even end up with an episode like that where we're going to lay all that stuff out, explain what it is, where it's from, how it was used. So if you like, please remember to subscribe, follow the channel. That way, as soon as we do have some new content to come back out for you, you'll be able to catch it right away. And like always, please leave a comment below. We always love to hear from you. And make sure you smash that like button because every little bit helps and we appreciate every little bit of it. So until the next episodes, thanks a lot. You guys have a good winter.